squeaky squirrel. Well, this episode is about the lines beneath the landscape, the choices we make, the paths we follow, and the subtle forces that shape both. Today we see that we can apply the peaks check as we journey together. Peaks, personal, yep, good night's sleep, no gripes. Environmental, weather is forecast fair, it's good. 10 knots southerly, so should we keep nice and warm today. Accompaniment, solo today, so I need to listen to myself, especially when to keep hydrated. And knowledge, it's a new route, but I planned it, so I should know where the key checkpoints are, and it seems logical. Safety, kit's all good, and shared where I'm going with the folks back home, and a moment to tune in, I guess, not rush. Peaks checked, good to go. Left Over Haddon and progressing well up Lathkill Dale, which is very pretty. Lots of old mine workings and history that you can just feel as you walk up and around here. Well, it's absolutely lovely today as well. The ducks are slow to wake this morning. Terrain features are that I stay in the dale, and I just noticed on the map that the woodland section stopped, meaning that there was wood on one side of the river and the other side is the crag, so that makes a nice feature for me to follow. As we get into this very little stony section, the crag's behind us. Imagine this, you're leading a small group and halfway in someone quietly admits they're not sure they can manage the full distance. They don't want to hold anybody back. The rest of the group starts to look to you. What's a smart risk choice? This is where leadership becomes human rather than technical. The paths around Moni Ash split and rejoin, offering options without judgement. A reminder that leadership isn't about forcing a single route, it's about creating choice and listening to what's not being said. A calm return to peaks, P-E-A-K-S, helps you steady the moment. Personal, well, how are they feeling? Environment, what's changing or has changed for them to feel like that? Accompaniment, how is the group moving as one unit and how you're going to keep that? And then the knowledge, what alternatives exist? The safety, or what's keeping everybody well and where are the limits? No pressure, no ego, just good judgement. Venture down this dale, got a bit of a Lord of the Rings vibe about it, as there's so much woodland management going on down here, which is brilliant for the wildlife. Lots of birdsong, lots of butterflies, small insect life as you walk down, cacophony of it as we walk, which is lovely. This fabulous spiky white limestone, very different to the darker gritstone on the moors that we were on in the last episode, and why that's akin to lots of people calling these different areas White Peak and Dark Peak. That big cave. Dragons and were-rabbits only. Oh, they're all out. Keep on exploring. dale just tightens up a little bit as we approach on the ash. A bit slippy underfoot as well. All micro deer. Head down, keeping good safe footings. So I'm just making a little note as I look at my map now as I'm crossing these fields. 2 woodland sections ahead. That one over my shoulder, and that small piece of wood is quite prominent, so it's on the map and I can see that I go between it and the buildings, and then I progress keeping the same direction, and there's another wood and building on the right hand side as I approach the brow of the hill. So we're all good for the next one, about 2k. Woodpeckers in that last little bit of wood. Probably the most loudest thing are those voices in your mind. Those things, that conversation you have with yourself when you're walking along. Whether it be, oh, where next? Or the next checkpoint, or squirrel, or all of those things that are lingering in the back of your mind. You've actually got space to decompress. As we drop in towards the River Wye, the landscape's kind of narrowing and the sound of the water starting to take over again. Rivers always reveal the truth. They show the shape of the land around and they shape the pace of the day. You reach a river crossing. It looks pretty simple, but the water is moving faster than expected and one person is keen to push on. Another hesitates. The group energy starts to shift. This is where unseen currents, emotional, social and environmental, start to matter. Walking beside the Wye, remember our peaks check. Surface calm doesn't guarantee safe conditions. Confidence and competence aren't the same. And a good leader is going to read the flow, not just the noise. So we've turned south and we're climbing towards Magpie Mine, and the mood changes, the ground becomes a bit more open, the wind is really gentle and the history a little bit more present. Here's a scenario. The weather begins to turn today. It's absolutely glorious. But you're behind schedule. Some want to push on to the finish line and others are uneasy. The decision now has weight. This is leadership at its most honest. Not dramatic, just real. Magpie Mine is a place shaped by consequence. It reminds us that people first. They come before the plans. Then conditions before the pride, and adaptation is wisdom. And we're here on Bowl Hill, which is the last little bit of the walk, all downhill from here back towards Haddon, where we started. And as the loop closes, we drift back towards where we started. We reflect on the invisible lines that we followed today. The lines of the land, the lines of the history, lines of responsibility, and the lines that we draw for ourselves. Leadership in the outdoors isn't about conquering distance. It's about noticing those subtle shifts in terrain, in weather, and definitely in people, and responding with steadiness. Thanks for walking with me today, episode 7, and keep your compass steady and consider what's your next smart wrist choice.